Okay, so this is my 30 gallon Walstad tank. I have a lot of tanks that are running without a filter. This one does have one in it. It's a small Tetra filter rated for a 20 gallon tank. I have a piece of old sponge in it. I set it up like that because I used to have a bushy-nosed Placo in here. She's gone into a different tank. She did way too hard on the plants. I've had this tank for a few years now. It's only been a Walstad tank since August of last year. Before that, it was just a gravel substrate. I grew lots of plants, Amazon swords, different crypts. Uh, right now, I can't even think of the plants that used to be in it. Everything was just growing on root tabs. They did all right. They didn't grow like they do now. Tank is home to my male albino koi guppies, and almost all of my male antlers. A couple of nyrite snails in there, some mono shrimp. We've put a lot of ghost shrimp in here, but rarely ever see any, so I don't know if they're still alive or not. The tank was, like I said, been set up this way since August of last year. It was a complete teardown rebuild in a day. It was pretty fun. The day I was doing it, realized I didn't have enough potting soil to do the layer as thick as I wanted. I ended up adding a box of peat pellets in and a half a bag of fluval stratum. Kind of cheating, but I used what I had. A lot of plants came and gone in here. The Placo I had really did a number on a lot of the plants early on, the finer ones, and they just didn't make it. The hardier plants managed until I removed her. Since I removed her, the tank has thrived. All the plants came back. In here right now, in the middle, there's a whole mass of Ludwigia repens. I have, I think, 5 Amazon swords in the tank. Regular Hygrophila siamensis and siamensis 53B, Hygrophila polysperma, Wenditti brown and green crypts. I believe there's some crypt compacts, might be some undulata reds, dwarf sides, a little bit of Hygrophila rosanervis. I was hoping it would add a bit of color to the front, but it really hasn't done much of anything. It's growing slowly, but that's about it. I have some Japan pennywort tucked in behind a piece of wood on the right hand side of the tank, back in the corner. I put a row of pug stem and stellatus all along the back. Hasn't really done anything, it hasn't died off, but it's not growing. I'm guessing it's just not getting the light it requires. I know it's got a lot of nutrients there for it, but without the light, it's not going to do very good. It's been one of those hit and miss plants for me. I have some in a 2.5 gallon in the other room, and it just grows like crazy, which really isn't most sensible thing in the world. I know it gets to be a fairly large plant, so to be growing great in a small tank like that is a little odd. But I'll take it when I can get it. There's filter in here. Don't know if I already covered that or not. I've restarted this a few times. It's just a small Tetra filter, rated for a 20-gallon. I got a piece of old sponge in there just to add a little bit of biological, because the Placo was in there. There was a lot of waste. One of the strange things about this tank is I have a horrible time keeping floating plants alive. Oh, floaters came out of other tanks I had, so they were adapted to using ammonia as a food source. They don't have that ammonia now. Makes me think that's the difference. But this tank's been up and running for a while now. It's doing great. Everything's growing great. I love watching it. The mix of color between the endlers and the koi guppies is awesome. Unfortunately, the tank isn't showing up quite the way I'd hope it would, but it's coming in not too bad. So that's an update on this tank. It is a thriving little jungle. Oh, and I do have one platy in here. He was a jerk, and so this is where the jerk fish go. Oh, thanks for watching. Do what I can, put up another one tomorrow. Have a good day.